Hello, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome to episode 43 of Raise the Holt, our Aston Villa save. Now, since our last episode, a few games have taken place. First of all was the Scunthorpe FA Cup third tie. This was a really good performance from the kids. You can see it was literally Elphick, and I think Yethernack got a game, and then it was just kids, basically. So really good performance. We got the win, and we progressed to the next round, which is good because it gives the kids, obviously, another game to play. Then we went to Anfield, played Liverpool, obviously, and this was interesting. I set up to play on the counter-attack. Liverpool, they have had a bad season, but Guardiola is their manager now. They score a lot of goals, so we set up to play on the counter-attack, and we really hung on. And what's his face here? Golini made a penalty save, which kept the score 0-0 for us. So that was a good result. The performance wasn't fantastic, but we got really what we came for. Then we hosted Newcastle. This was a good performance, actually, and it was a well-deserved win. We went for a slight change in formation for this game, which you'll see when we get to our formation for the upcoming game here against Middlesbrough. And it worked pretty well. Then I tweaked it again for Fulham away, and this was another really good performance against one of the weaker teams in the Premier League. And you can see Wilson got 2, Patrick Roberts got a goal. Generally, we played really well. So this episode, we're going to play Middlesbrough at home and then Arsenal away. Now, if you look at the league table, things are looking decent here for us. We are still clinging on to 4th place there. We have a game in hand, obviously that game against Middlesbrough right now, so one of the last games of the weekend. If we can win that, you can see we'll leapfrog Arsenal ahead of playing them, and we can... I mean, is the league out of reach? It probably is, given that City's only played for 21 games. But you just never know how high up we can finish here. But I really, really would just be satisfied if we can get 4th and into the Champions League. Now, this is the new formation. I was looking at the goals against. Our defense is up there. I think we're the 3rd best in the league. We are really, really good. But goals against, not so much. So what we've done is we've gone for a much more attacking lineup here, playing Roberts in behind and just the 2 midfielders. So hopefully that will pay off for us against the weaker teams. Now, I should say, too, you may have seen at left back, we have a new player. Transfer window has opened, and we have done a little bit of business here. So you can see here, we signed... Well, let's go with the big one. The big one is Ben Davies. We have signed Ben Davies from Tottenham. You can see he's on 100 grand a week. So we're not getting him cheap in terms of wages. Got him on a 3-year contract, but you can see we're only paid 3.8 million for him. So we got him at a relatively good price. 2 other minor signings. Alex here, Brazilian left back, has come in for 2.5. You can see he's only 19. He's very much one for the future, but I said I wanted to address left back, and I'm thinking he's going to be a good attacking left back option in the years to come. And the other signing we made was Lee Cadden from Partick Thistle. We sent him back out on loan to Rangers, but you can see again, is he 18 as well? Yeah, only 18, and a really good defensive, central defending prospect there. So we've got him in as well. In terms of the outs, just a few going out on loan, and we sold Suleiman. Had high hopes of him when we first took over the club, but he's just not progressing. He's not going to be a Premier League defender, so we've let him move on for 100k. So on we go now to Middlesbrough. There we go. So we can see the way they're playing. We might look even at pushing Lenglet up into here, given that they only have Danny Ings up top. In terms of a team talk, we're at home, so I think we'll do a passionate, let's give the fans what they're expecting. Yeah. And then we'll just calm, we have faiths. Just to top it off. Worked well for the defence, not so much for midfield. There we go. And I will do, I think, just push Lenglet up into there, and we'll play him as a halfback. Not ideally suited for the role, but I think given that they only have the one striker up top, this may work a little bit better for us. All right, let's go. Looks like a full house at Villa Park. So, this is one of those games where we need to be winning, don't we, to make sure we're going to be competitive in terms of Champions League. Kind of cut that out, nicely done. In terms of a few sort of bits and bobs that have happened. Gonzalez has dropped his wanting to leave because Atletico Madrid has decided they don't want him. We did get a bid from Sevilla. Oh, we've lost Roberts. I think Humam can probably play in there. So let's try that. We did get a bid from Sevilla for Gonzalez, which I took him up to 30 million, and they pulled out, and he didn't complain about it. So I'm assuming that he is actually happy to stay. Jordan Williams has signed a new contract, exact same terms as he's currently on, just an extra 2 years, I think I gave him. He's a useful sort of... what do we want to do here? Push forward. He's a useful utility player, especially Jedinak is on his last leg, so someone that can come in and play as a defensive midfielder. I think he will... He's a very good backup anyway. He's happy to be a backup, and I think he's as good as we're going to get as a backup. All right, here we go. What can we do? This, Gonzalez switches it over to Davies. What's Davies got? We've got men in the middle. He's gone to Wilson. Wilson! Ben Davies introducing himself at Villa Park with a wonderful cross. Look at that ball out to him as well from Gonzalez. Good run, dart to the near post, and Wilson tucks it away expertly. 1-0 to the Villa. Wish I hadn't told them to push forward now. I would like to have praised them or told them to concentrate, but that's okay. I wonder what the injury to Patrick Roberts is. What a potential foot injury. So metatarsal, I think, is the worst case scenario there, isn't it? And that's, what's that, 2 months, I think? So, yeah, that could be great, not be great. Guard against complacency, and let's go win this game. So here we go. I don't think we want to change too much yet. It is only the one goal. I'm toying with the idea of going off attacking, or even potentially dropping out sort of everybody in midfield back a bit. Gonzalez gets the cross in for Wilson. It's a decent header. Let's give them a concentrate. We could have a potential issue coming up actually with Golini's contract renewal. He still has, I think, 18 months left, so we've got him till the end of next season. I tried to renegotiate his contract, and the agent is insisting on a 15 million release clause, which is roughly what he's worth now. So as soon as we put that in the contract, we're almost definitely going to lose him. Come on, don't let them score. Golini. And that's why we don't want to lose him. So I'm not sure what to do about that. I'm hoping if we qualify for Champions League this season, that he'll be happy to stay. Can we get that away? We can. Can we launch a counter-attack? We cannot. If he's happy to stay, then we might be able to get him on a new contract without such a... I mean, if we have to have a release clause, 15 million is not much, is it really, for someone that is proven a good Premier League number one goalkeeper? Which is not something you'd ever thought had been said about Golini when he was playing for Villa last season in real life. Okay, I think we need to demand more here because we're not playing particularly well. And we might even look at making a change here. Humam has come on and he's not doing much. Do we do him the disservice of subbing the sub? He hasn't done anything, has he? I think we have to. I'll go to that. The reason I'm doing it like that is just to make sure that for set piece defending and things like that, that I have the right players doing on the right assignments. Box to box. And we have the next there. Let's take it Just back to fluid and back to control. And of course, as soon as I do this, without fail, the other team will come and score. So let's hope that is not the case. Give them another concentrate. This is their end of the field, isn't it? Couldn't think what end we were attacking then. Let's put some pressure on. Conte's left his man. Lenglet there to clear. Wilson, why are we heading back in towards goal? Well done, Luis Felipe. Can Gonzalez launch the counter-attack? God, man, look at Wilson. His pace is amazing. Go on, son. Go on. Look at him go. Look at him. Where is he? Down here. Look at that pace. It's a shame we can't sort of shoehorn him into the Egbonlahor song. I just don't see any way James Wilson fits into Gabby Egbonlahor. But so fast. Okay, let's look at maybe making... We only have one sub left, because even though it looks like we have two because we subbed the sub. Conti's looking tired. Do we bring Horahan on for Lima, maybe? Let's do that. Just freshen it up in midfield. And maybe we'll just put our wing-backs back to defend. We've already won the game. We don't need to go and win it again. We'll slow the tempo. We'll be more disciplined. Stick to positions. Just make sure that we're not going to go and do something stupid like we tend to do. So this sets up the Arsenal game nicely then, doesn't it? We're going to be 2 points ahead. I think we're a point behind, so we'll be 2 points ahead. Oh yeah, the next injured. Well, it's not the worst thing. Unfortunately, the great man is just a backup these days, or a rotational player. We'll be generous. This should be it. We're in the 4th minute of 3 stoppage time, so any second now the ref should be blowing this up for a Villa win. Any second now. We are now in the 5th minute of 3. And there it is. Look at the fans going crazy. So it wasn't as easy as we might have thought. Even possession, even shots. I think we had the better chances. We're very happy with that. Yeah, we had the better chances, but was it 2 to 3 weeks? Jelinek, just a day. I mean, really, should you even have called for an injury there? Wilson, fantastic. So there we go. Let's take a look at the league table. We are in 4th. We're ahead 2 points ahead of Arsenal, ahead of the next fixture, which we will come back for momentarily. Now, I think I said last episode that the game against Watford was the biggest of the season. This is undoubtedly much, much bigger than that. Look at this place in the league. We are 4th, just 2 points ahead of Arsenal. A win here, and I don't even want to dream about what that could mean for us. But this is how we're going here. We're not going to attack them. We're going to be more controlling, hopefully. But it's the same team that we had in the last game, with the exception of Horahan coming in for Patrick Roberts, who, as we remember, got injured last episode. Also, as you can see, a little bit more defensive. So we can see they are quite attacking in wide areas, which could pose a problem for us. We've got nothing to lose here, showing what we're capable of. There's a couple of people there that didn't particularly like that. All right, let's go and hopefully get a win against Arsenal. Okay, here we are at the Emirates. Hopefully about to have a historic result against Arsenal. It's a very short kickoff highlight. Their goalkeeper has a knock, and our right back has a yellow card. That is not good. Only 5 minutes into the game. The nerves, the nerves, the nerves. It's been very, very quiet so far. We've not made a good job of possession. Can we do anything from this throw in? Down to Gonzalez, brings it down. Is he going to hold on to the ball? He is. He's beaten his man nicely. Can he get the ball in? No. Lima should mop that up. He has. He's up to Luis Felipe, who has been wonderful for us. That's a terrible pass. Curse of the commentator. Felipe has generally been just a magnificent specimen of a midfielder, but that wasn't the best example of it, obviously. Go and mark your man, Wilson, for the love of all of this football. Oh, Wilson. I mean, I don't necessarily like having to give my strikers such strict defensive duties, but otherwise we're going to we could match them up, but we may have to look at doing that. I don't know what I have on the bench, though. Oh, it's got to be a goal. We're getting carved apart in wide areas. We could play Gonzalo. Can we play Conti up higher? Can Bree play higher up? Not really. Okay. Okay, we are going to make a tactical change here because we are just getting ripped to pieces in those wide areas. We didn't heed the warning the first time. Actually, no, we will play Gonzalez out there. We are Can Humam play out there, actually? Humam can play out there. Okay, so that's what we shall do then. We shall leave Gonzalez up top. Humam can go out there. Is Langley the man we want to take off? I think he probably is. Play him as an attacking winger. Play Gonzalez as a complete forward. Wilson as an inside forward. Okay, I think that's better. Just make sure that they are going to be marking the appropriate man. We still have Wilson on a defensive duty. But hopefully this will stop that. It was an inevitable loss, I think, the way that they just ripped us to pieces twice down that wing. We'll have to do a Mourinho, admit we got it wrong. Or an old-style Mourinho at Chelsea where he'd make his 3 subs in after 20 minutes, but that just wasn't working. Iwobi was unmarked too at the back post. So let's give them some encouragement. Not much else is happening. All right, corner. Can we get anything from the corner? Out to Lima. He doesn't really know. Doesn't like he was expecting that. Back to Horahan, back to Lima. This is going nowhere fast. Horahan to Luis Felipe. He's got a shot on him. Oh! That was better, though, eventually. Not from a corner, actually. It was a terrible corner, but the general play after the terrible corner was a little bit better. All right, let's put pressure on. Let's win the header. Iwobi is not that good in the air. We're not looking very good when we are being asked to defend, it has to be said. It's a good foot in from Horahan. Van Drongelen, let's just get that clear. Can we get... This isn't going to be the highlight to end the half yet. Can we get an equaliser? Luis Felipe. Forward to Wilson. Wilson, can he find a teammate? He can't. Don't concede a second. Let's hold him up. Just hold him up. Hold him up. Well done. Oh, tackle back towards goal. It's gonna... No. Goalinis. Oh, okay, I can breathe. We've had more of the ball. We just aren't really creating anything, are we? So, We've already made one substitution. I think if we tell them we're not happy, maybe assertively, tell Conte not to get himself sent off, tell Felipe that we're not happy with him either, and I say we just send it back out and see what happens here. Because they only had they had a couple of highlights. The one where before they scored the goal, we changed it, and then they only had one highlight after that. We have not had a shot on target though, which is not great. So what we might do is we might just go a little bit more mixed. Maybe not play so much like headless chickens. Yeah, we'll just do that for now. At some point, we're going to have to go for this a little bit more. The problem we're going to have with that is I don't really have a bench to change things in this particular formation because I didn't put on an extra wide man. It was a good defensive play. I think that was Davies. Obviously, he's going to be up for this as an ex-Tottenham player. Kone to Lima. Back to Golini. This is patient build-up play. Would rather we were a little bit further away from our own goal. That is horrible from Golini. Wilson's kept it in, though. All right, I'm sensing something here. There's the hoof. Can Gonzalez... Oh, keep us out. Go, Gonzalez. A goalkeeping blunder from the very top shelf. But let's give credit to Gonzalez here. For a first-time side-foot finish, I've seen those missed, so he's done well. But we will take that all day long. Now, what can we do from here? I feel a little bit bad for Wilson. He's not playing well, but he is hopelessly out of position. I'll make a mental note that next time we come up against a team that's playing like this, we'll just have to go 4-3-3. Otherwise, we just are completely hopeless in wide areas. Right, let's get Lacazette. No, oh, right back. All right, we'll give this 5-10 minutes. All right, can we put some pressure on them with it up this end? Playing it out. Well, Wilson pounces. Come on, Wilson. Look at the space to run into. He's got Gonzalez. Wilson. Oh. You just wonder if maybe he could have looked to use Gonzalez there. All right, now we have a corner. Can we clear it? We can. Is someone going to get onto that for us? No. All right. Stop the second ball coming in. Can we stop the second ball coming in? Yes, we can. Horahan's there. Go on, son. Decent ball out for Gonzalez. What can he do? Hopefully we've got men getting into the middle here. We obviously can't quite see that. No. He's a little bit... It's tough to blame him for losing the ball there because the only real option would have maybe been try to play it off the defender for a corner. And now we have Arsenal coming back at us. These long highlights tend to end in goals, which isn't good because Arsenal have the ball. Awobi's there. Awobi's there. Good save, Golini. All right, if we can get this corner away. All right, come on, Conrad. Early ball for Felipe. I don't know why Felipe is up there, to be honest, but that's fine. It's because we've changed the formation and tactics, and I think our set pieces are probably a little bit of a mess. All right, so it's time to go for this. Because at this point, we don't really have that much to lose. Felipe is looking tired. I don't really have anyone to play over there, which is the problem. Do we play two inside forwards with Strand Larsen up top? Let's maybe try that. that potentially could work. Attacking fullbacks. I mean, we're very high risk of conceding a third here, but like I always say, if you're going to lose by one, you might as well lose by two. So let's see what comes of this. Anything. Let's go with push forward. Wilson has an injury. Okay. We're not going to risk him. I feel like Bree could probably play as a winger at a stretch, so we'll do that. Pulled hamstring. So hopefully this isn't too serious for Wilson. I think we have the FA Cup after this, which we are not taking seriously. All right, can we get this back off them, or is this going to kill us off? We can get it back. Can we keep it? That's the question. Go on, Bree. It's too early for the full-time highlight here. I just hold my breath. Oh, they're in behind us. Good save from Golini. All right, can we launch it forward? No, this is it. It was disappointing. To go away to these top four teams, we just. Have we been outclassed this game? I think we probably have, haven't we? They've looked a lot better with the ball than we have. They've created a lot. A lot of the highlights, anyway, have been their highlights. Can we sneak something at the end here? Over to Davies. Can he bring it down? Can Strange Larson get in the box? No. We weren't horrible. Like 11 shots, but only 2 on target. So you would surmise from that a lot of those shots were a little bit Hail Mary. All right, unlucky. So there it is. It was the worst case scenario, but I think when you look at game in hand, we can probably kiss goodbye the top 3. Probably us, Arsenal, and Watford are probably the ones in contention for the 4th spot. We've still got, 12 points over West Ham in 7th. Now, 7th has sort of been our ceiling. It looks as though we might break through that this year, which isn't the end of the world, I don't think. But that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, do give me a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe. I think what we'll do is we'll come back. We won't do both Ajax games. What we'll probably do is we'll do the second leg of that and maybe Bristol City in the league. And then we might even have to come straight back in the episode after that. We've got some big games coming up there. But we'll do that next episode. We'll do Ajax, second leg of the Europa League, and then Bristol City. But thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you next time. But before we go, it is the goals of the month for... what month are we in? Goals of the month for January. A little bit of a warning here. It's a bit of a James Wilson, Patrick Roberts special. But do enjoy them. There is some special goals in there. We'll catch you next time. Take care.